Hi, welcome back. It's Deborah, and this one gets tricky, let me just tell you right now. So, what you can see that I'm doing is using my sofa, and I don't want to use the seat cushion. I actually want to use the side because I want my foot to be able to go up the back, okay? Now, I've dropped my mat down to the floor, so I've got a little padding for my knee and my kneecap, even though truly you want to be on the front of your knee and it should not bother you, but I wouldn't want to do that on a hardwood floor or cement, no matter where I was. So this one is position number 1 on side 1 right here. So I'm coming forward so that my front knee is right over my heel. I'm in a good lunge position out here. What that lets me do is put my hands down. Now if you can't come all the way to the floor, you can actually elevate, and you might want to put a couple of books right here on the floor. You can be up on your fingers if that helps. What I want you to be thinking about is dropping those hips forward. So we're trying to open up that hip flexor in the front. If you sit all day long or you're a runner, you do a lot of activities where you're flexing and you have to have strong hip flexors. This one may already feel like definitely there's a stretch going on here, and I can vouch for that. Right now, hold this. You do want to reach forward with your sternum, drop your shoulder blades back, and check yourself, because it's really easy to kind of try to protect yourself from getting too much of a stretch, but you don't have to go further than you're kind of slightly uncomfortable doing. So I don't want to say comfortable. You need to get to that point of a stretch. And you hold here for about a minute while you're breathing, not holding your breath. Okay? Once you've done that, now it gets a little bit more interesting. We're going to come back up. So now, I want you to reach your knee down to the floor, but lift up and work on pushing your hips slightly forward. You're going to keep those shoulder blades back, nice and long, crown of your head reaching up toward the ceiling so that you're really tall and you're really feeling the stretch, but not just in the belly of this muscle, truly through your hip flexor. So tip that tailbone underneath you and get the target of the stretch. Now, you can also take your arms up, both or one, and reach back and hold. Drop your fingertips if you're against a wall, and I sometimes will do it against a wall, and reach your fingers back to that wall. Or take your hands down. Now I've got my target, I can still go here, and I'm reaching my shoulder blades back together. It's always a good thing. And then release. So you've got 1 minute and 2 minutes on that side in that first position and second position, and then you're going to go on to the other side. So watch my setup. If I'm not very flexible, I'm going to bring my knee further away from the wall or from the couch, depending on what I'm using. Okay? So feel like you can't do the way you're seeing me do it, that's okay. I've tried to do this for quite a while, so don't feel like you need to immediately get there, but just work on that flexibility. You want to feel like you're going somewhere. So when you initially get here, remember you want to set up, drop your hips in, drop your shoulders down away from your ears, lead with your heart, and hold that position. Now breathe. That's the hardest part right there. Just nice, long, easy breaths, not holding your breath, trying to really let the muscles go. And if you feel like you're just a little too far and those muscles are not letting go, they're just tight, 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 back off a little bit and see if you can make it kind of fall into it, because after that minute, you want to feel like when you initially got there, it's not nearly that tight. It has released somewhat. So for those of you watching who are not just desk jockeys, but who also like to do things, who like to hike, who like to play golf, who enjoy running, who enjoy doing yoga, but would like to be a little better at it, unlocking some of these joints that actually impede your lower back and keep you from doing things that you love to do will help significantly increase your comfort, increase the ease that you do the activities that you already do or love, and let you get back into them with more success. So as a runner who's done a lot of long distance endurance events, I would swear by this series as having kept me injury proof through doing far more exercise than it probably was smart to do. So pressing down, and I know when I get away from it, my lower back, my upper back, all things become more stiff. But when you take care of the pelvis by stretching the front and the back and the sides of the hip, your lower back and your hips are much more comfortable and willing to come out and play when you want them to come out and play. So after holding this one for a minute, you are officially done if you've watched all 3 videos, including all 5 of my most favorite exercise or stretches for daily safety, mobility, flexibility, and fun. And I'll see you on the flip side.